new growth. Oh my goodness. Hey crew, welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local lightworker, and I'll be your guide for today in this twin flame reading. It's been a while since I created these readings on my channel. I used to create a lot of them back in 2021, and all of a sudden I felt like I had to stop. There may have been a big shift in the energy between the divine masculine and the divine feminine that prompted me on the day of Halloween or Samhain to bring back these twin flame readings again. I just felt super inspired today when I woke up. I felt calm, I felt strength, and I just decided, okay, it's time to bring them back. So if you find yourself in a very deep, complicated spiritual connection with a counterpart, this reading is for you. It's a general reading. I'm going to pull some cards over here for the divine feminine energy and some cards over here for the divine masculine energy. I'll try to give you as much information as possible as a snapshot in time. This reading applies for those of you in such types of connections. At a given point, when you randomly click on this video through the magic of the YouTube algorithm, this is the moment when you need to hear these messages related to your twin flame relationship. This reading can also apply to those of you in higher order spiritual soulmate connections. So whatever situation you find yourself in, whatever you feel resonates strongly with your heart, this reading is for you. Make of it what you will. You are a powerful creator, a wonderful manifester, and I'm simply a guide reading the energy for you to help you make your own decisions. So I'm going to begin first of all by pulling some cards from the Lover's Path Tarot just to see what is the overall energy between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Okay, we have Brunhilde, Princess of Staves, Six of Coins, and the Ten of Arrows. Oh, betrayal, a betrayal related to the prioritization of material things over and above love. Somebody continues to be in an adventure, pleasure-seeking mode. I see here the masculine energy. Normally, the Princess of Staves is the Knight of Wands, but in this deck, we have Brunhilde, who is a very strong heroine in the Tristan and Isolde myth. So this could be male, this could be female. Gender is irrelevant in this situation. One person, I'm getting that the runner, as you know, there are these runner-chaser dynamics in a twin flame connection. The runner is still on the high horse. They are quite moralizing, a little bit judgmental, and they are exploring their options with a lot of passion, with a lot of fierceness. While the other partner, the chaser, is involved in the establishment of material security. They are being generous, they are doing really well at work, but both of them feel a sense of betrayal. It's almost as if one counterpart is burying themselves in work and is trying to gain a lot of financial and material achievements in order to fill the void in their heart caused by the absence of the other one. And the other one is filling the void through meaningless romantic conquests, through big-time sensuality. So one person is kind of amplifying their sensual ego and their physical ego. People are giving them tons of compliments related to how they look, while the other one is receiving work-based compliments related to their skills and abilities at work. People are giving them money, maybe through donations, maybe through cash apps, maybe they are receiving gifts. But both of them are sitting at the moment not facing each other, but they're sitting away from one another. They can't leave each other, of course. And if you look at this card, it's so beautiful because the arrows, in spite of the fact that it's a rain of arrows, they are heart-shaped, right? So this pain can easily be transformed into love and tenderness but it is resisted, and this resistance is precisely what is causing the void in each of their hearts. If they would only soften into love, if they would only be able to forgive one another, they could be together and experience a phenomenal period of sensuality and love. But at the moment, I see that both the divine masculine and the divine feminine are being very stubborn. They are preferring to tend to their wounds by diving into anything else that is not love. And thereby they are maximizing their wounds instead of accurately healing them. It's a bit paradoxical. Let's see. If we dive deeper and if we pull some oracle cards, what further messages can we glean? The divine feminine, what is her vibe? What is the vibe of the divine feminine? We see here High Priestess. She is ascending. She's learning a lot about who she is, what she's capable of. She's doing some shadow work. There's a lot of emotional growth in the energy of the divine feminine. With Sophia, divine wisdom, we're dealing here with a woman who's learning a lot from her pain. I also feel like she's reflecting on the passing of time. She may be feeling older. She may look at herself in the mirror and noticing white hairs, maybe some wrinkles. She's feeling how she's growing older. It's not just about the inner landscape, which is actually making her stronger, but it's also about the outward appearance. She could be worried about this. And something is coming in because I'm hearing a helicopter outside. She's receiving some news at the moment. She's just about to maybe get a very good news related to her job. If she is applying for new jobs or if she's wisely looking for a better work environment, she's receiving some good news at the moment. Now, for the divine masculine, I feel his eagerness. I feel his impatience. Okay, so he appeared doubled, split almost. We're seeing here Maui, the discoverer, and we're seeing here Hypnos, the sleep god. Okay, the masculine, I feel like the person who is drowning themselves in work is the divine feminine, and the divine masculine is the one who is drowning themselves in sensual conquests, in romantic adventures. They could also be traveling a lot in this period. They may need to travel for work, or they just decided to take some time off from work and just explore the world. They are trying to feel free, like there are opportunities, like their life is expanding rather than contracting. But we see here an inner split in the divine masculine. I think that this inner split could also be related to the consumption of substances, maybe medication, things that alter the consciousness of the divine masculine and offer him relief, escape, the feeling of being temporarily someplace else, being someone else. He knows that what he's doing is splitting his heart from his nether regions, right? In this conqueror kind of energy, but he does it nonetheless. And here is where Hypnos comes in. There is a big split between his conscious mind and his unconscious mind. He finds himself doing certain things that he often has no control over. It's like he forgets his keys, or he completely forgot he had a conversation with a relative or a friend. And he's wondering, why is this happening? Well, it's because he's resisting a part of himself that he finds shameful. I think society is very critical towards the divine masculine at the moment. I'm getting a very strong feeling of shame. It's like, no matter what I do, I'm never good enough. So I'd rather just be in the moment, enjoy pleasure, because nothing is guaranteed. And this toxic shame that is also brought into his inner world by how society views him through this intense criticism related to his role as a man in the world. He is internalizing it, and he's dealing with it as best as he can, either by running away from his feelings, from thinking about the deeper aspects of life. He's running into the arms of other people, or he's engaging in extreme sports. And there could also be here a desire to escape, a self-abandonment. I choose to smoke weed, or I choose to play computer games until I tire myself out, or I choose to not be there, not be present, binge watch things. I choose to medicate myself to fall asleep. But there are these side effects, these weird behaviors that he's noticing. It's like, why am I doing this? Why am I saying this? Where's this coming from? It's coming from this self-abandonment. So a very different energy than the divine feminine, who I see is quite centered. She is the center that holds everything together at the moment. The core. She is the core. Also, I feel like the divine masculine is burdened by certain secrets that appear to him in his dreams at night. He wants to talk about something that he has been going through, but he finds that nobody wants to listen to his deeper reflections on life. Because it's Halloween when I'm filming this reading, I want to pull a card from the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. I want to see, what do the witches have to say about this connection? Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Oh no. So we see here warning, danger, the banshee. Heed my warning, dear child, for what I hold is far from unsung lullabies. Swallow a nail and you can expect bleeding from within. Self-destructive behaviors that are blocking this connection from coming into true union. This would have been a wonderful period for the both of them to connect. As you can see, the divine feminine has the wisdom and the stability that the divine masculine so greatly needs at this point in time. But he's not looking towards her, he's looking away from her, almost as if they are caught in this war with one another. There are so many swords, nails that are being swallowed, clubs and spikes, spears. It's a lot of things that cut. I'll cut you out of my life. We're separating, block. When you block things, it's like you put bricks in order to build an even stronger wall so that nothing could come through. And I feel that this is what's going on. If this situation continues, eventually the banshee will suck the soul out of the situation. And it could be that the danger is that there will be no love left to give. They will transform from lovers to foes. But let's see. I think that the situation is not that bad. It can still be saved. Let's find out. What does the True Love Oracle, what is the medicine that is needed so that the banshee's energy, this negativity, this self-destructive behavior, this harbinger of death can be blocked? So we see here soulmates. Oh, just it's as simple as turning towards one another, prioritizing each other, making a commitment to being together and allowing this love to transform them. Soulmates. Number 33 here is the number of creative communication, finding new ways to talk to one another, not being afraid to be silly, inventing new words for what they are and what they want, having inside jokes, bringing humor into the situation, admitting that maybe they don't know something, allowing one to teach the other and vice versa, being playful, being childlike, and being a little bit more lighthearted. Jupiter is in Gemini at the time at which I'm filming this energy reading. So it's all about lightheartedness that brings you luck. A superficiality that can be delightful rather than abhorring or morally incorrect. I'm tripping over my words, almost as if they need to be tripping over their words, making more mistakes, being more playful, without constantly feeling shame or the need to apologize profusely if you made a mistake. No longer having to police one another over the language that they're using and how they're using it, but liberating each other. And on the other side, we have the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine is leading right now. She is the comfort zone of the collective, because we are still under a sky that has the south node of the moon in Libra, Venus, Aphrodite, Divine Feminine energy, and the north node is in Aries, Mars, masculinity. So womanhood, womanly issues are our collective comfort zone, and masculinity is the collective growth zone. It's where the discomfort happens. It's where the problems are being pulled into, but it's also what we are also obsessed with at the moment. How to be tougher, how to be braver, how to show no weakness. It's a scary combination because there is a collective lack of empathy, which the Banshee is completely taking advantage of. Energetic vampirism. So, what is the shadow aspect of their relationship at the moment? Is it deep, dark, or dangerous? We already have the Banshee right here, but let's see. Let's get another layer to this energy. I'm also getting a message that the Banshee is also saying the way that the energy has been growing between the two of you has got to end. I am here to kill it. So the warning could be not necessarily related to something wrong is going to happen to the Divine Masculine or to the Divine Feminine singularly, but the warning here is also created by the relationship that they have built is going to be killed. It will die, so that a new relationship, a new way in which they talk to one another, in which they relate to one another can emerge. New life, new growth. Oh my goodness. Okay, so again, another warning sign. The fetch, the dangerous aspect. We have here the mirror. So the fetch again. It is this creature which in Irish folklore is believed to actually lie at crossroads or may meet you during the travels. It's somebody darker who bears your resemblance and is letting you know of your immediate departure, of your very near departure from this life. So we have here two symbols, the fetch and the banshee, that are here to scream about the death of something in this connection between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And it is because in the current geopolitical situation, we see how women and men are being pitted against one another. We see how many conflicts exist in the world. There is hatred rather than love, acceptance and understanding. And I feel that this is what these two creatures are here to let us know. That we can be soulmates, we can be loved, but we are choosing instead self-destruction. We are choosing to be right over being together. Is there any hope? Can this situation be healed? Let's see. Can the situation be healed? Help from above. It can be. With the help of angels, God, the divine. Prayer has a very special place in the collective at the moment. But for this, we have to go through an ego death. We have to surrender what we think we know. All sorts of things, such as our capacity to live longer, certain comforts that are being denied from us, but also our reliance, our over-reliance on scientific facts to the detriment of the spiritual part of our lives, is getting us to forget about the fact that we co-create, we manifest We bring things into being with the help of the divine. There is a lot in life that we cannot control, and many things that we can. But we forget how much chance plays in the process of creation. And this is a collective call to come back to your spiritual side, to not abandon yourself, to not escape who you are, to start loving again yourself and the people around you. Ask God and the angels for help. Ask the ancestors who are very active and present at this point in time, especially around Halloween. And things will get better, and the forces of the dark will be defeated. Let's see, how would a conversation take place between the divine masculine and the divine feminine at this point? So there is spiritual protection at hand. We just have to be humble enough to see it and to receive it. The divine masculine would say to the divine feminine these following things. So first of all, chemistry. I have never felt a passion this intense. There is still so much attraction between the two of you. Third party. There were other things that got in the way of us being together. Indeed, and they still are getting in the way of the divine feminine reconnecting with the divine masculine. Mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. So there is a feeling of guilt. A deep feeling of, I'm not good enough, I made mistakes. But mistakes are the source of our greatest learning. So instead of feeling guilty about making them, both divine creatures, divine counterparts, can think about how these mistakes have given them wisdom, have brought them closer to each other. Habits. I don't know who will ever change. There is a feeling of fatalism. It could be that we will no longer be able to be with each other because nothing is changing and we don't know how to change it. And here is the clue. Shadow side. You made me realize my flaws. And the flaws in this particular case, as we are seeing here with the fetch and the banshee, the flaws are connected with a disconnection from the divine. Feeling like in some way God has left. The angels are no longer answering your call, and thereby I need to destroy what I love and I need to destroy myself. When in reality the divine is present and it is merely asking for you to forgive yourself enough to ask it for help, to allow it to enter into your life again. Both the divine masculine and the divine feminine forgot how to accept. They forgot how to receive things from the outside because the outside world has been so filled with conflict that both of them have blocked each other, have walled one another away from the world. But the divine is present. And in spite of the fact that both of them, each individually, are dealing with their own demons, God is still present. This universal energy of love that connects every living creature on this planet with the cosmos is still there. The stickiness of the divine is still present. It is just a case of opening themselves up to love again. This is the reading that I had. I'm going to end it here. These are the energies that are available at the moment in the collective for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. I really hope you have enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for being here, and happy Halloween. May you be blessed, may you be loved, may you be healthy. Ciao.